Hey guys, how are ya? Okay, look, my light looks like a halo if I sit right. I just think it's funny. I'm being silly. Okay, I finished this book, and I want to do a super quick book review. That sounds formal. Not that. Because I've been telling so many of you guys about this in session. So I want to just do a quick rundown. First of all, y'all know I'm pretty big on boundaries. I used to, before this book came out, just recommend the regular Boundaries book by Cloud and Townsend. It's a classic. I have bought several copies because I'll loan them out and never get them back. I should probably set a boundary with them. I'm just kidding. So, and then they have a lot, they go into boundaries in marriage, boundaries with children, boundaries with teens, boundaries at work. Like they have like a whole, it may just be Cloud now. Actually, I don't know. But this book came out and I just finished it, I think this weekend. And I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I think some of you guys know her story and you're afraid to read it because you think it's going to make you want to leave maybe like an unhealthy relationship or something. But I don't want you to think that. I want everyone to read this book. I guess if you're not a woman, I can't think of how to read it as not a woman. It is written for women. She writes for women. Proverbs 31, her ministries that she's the president of is for women, right? So that's her audience. I don't know how this lands if you're not a woman. She does have her counselor write in it, and his name is Jim Kress, and I love his work. I steal a lot of his stuff, but I always give him credit though. So there is that, but yes, a lot of this is specific to her situation with her marriage. Not everything. She has lots of other examples of other relationships in her life. So I just don't want that fear to hold you back from getting this book. It is great. It is not hard. It's not super thick. Lots of like floofy pages, right? Like it's easy to read. It's not super long. I read it in a few sittings. And like in the back, like all of this is just like about the author stuff, right? So it's not like it's a hard read. I do want you to like check it out from your library. I'm not trying to tell you to spend money. Audible, if that works for you. Some people don't do well at like sitting and reading. At the end of each chapter, she does have like a little section where it says, now let's live this. And so it has like remember with the bullet points. Well, first there's a part from her counselor, Jim, and then bullet points, and then receive. Okay, so the first one was remember, receive, reflect, and then prayer at the end of each chapter. So that helps. It helps you like stay on target. What did I just digest? So anyways, I just wanted to say this. This will now be my new boundaries book recommendation for women. I think it's that good. It's very, like practical, applicable, like you can, it makes sense. Not that the old boundaries book isn't. I, full disclosure, haven't read the boundaries book since probably 2002 or 3, 20 years. I flip through it all the time. I find things in it all the time, but I haven't like read it. I know, and I do own now the updated version where they like social media wasn't a thing when the first book came out. So now I think they have something about like the digital age in there. I think that is good. That's like a more general audience that goes into like the myths of boundaries, and it's a lot longer, a lot thicker. This is a breeze. If I need someone to get in there and just start setting boundaries, this is going to be my new recommendation. I pulled up the table of contents. It's like 12 chapters and a conclusion, and a couple other like things at the end. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that. I still love the original boundaries book. It's just harder to digest, in my opinion. It's meatier. Not that this is watered down. This is just like, she is a writer by trade, right? Like that's her job, is she's a writer. I think Cloud and Townsend were therapists who wrote because they had to, no, part of the dissertation process, right? They're both PhDs. I don't know if it makes a difference, and they're men, so maybe this just resonated with me more because she's writing to women. So I don't know, but this is my new recommendation for all women who need boundaries. Yes, if you're in a bad relationship, even more so. If you're not, don't worry that this is going to make you want to leave your husband. That is not the goal of her book. She just wants people to understand boundaries and following through with boundaries, because she talks about how she didn't. She like stopped and then got hurt again, right? And then she talks about goodbyes and like the grieving process with that. It's beautiful. So this is the new one. Okay, so you're like a guy, like, well, what do I do? I don't know. Read the classic. You can rent this one. Check it out from the library. I'm trying to think what it's called. It's not renting, it's checking it out. And see if you like it. Again, I'm not a man. I can't read it from that perspective. I don't have that perspective. So I don't know if it's equally as moving. And if you've read this and don't like it, that's okay. You don't have to like everything I recommend. That's totally okay. We all receive information differently. Maybe this isn't for you, but this is my new recommendation. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I love it. I like how she reads, I like how she writes, how I read, what she writes. Like I said, I love her counselor, Jim Kress in North Carolina. Oh, it's just funny. I'm wearing a South Carolina shirt today, but, I love his work. He makes it make sense. He's been doing this stuff forever. So I feel like he's not mentoring me. That would be amazing. But like, I'm gathering more information and confirming things that I've already thought and believed from, what he says too. So, all right, you guys, I will pop off. This was way longer than I wanted it to be, but, happy Thursday, I think. I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but I wanted to make sure I finished it first. So here's my new go-to boundaries book for women.